All right, watch this video if you need help on budgeting. Even if you think you don't need help on budgeting, this video is going to be helpful. So I was having a conversation with somebody. I do consultations. Somebody was just basically talking to me about their credit journey and how they find themselves not having extra money at the end of the month, essentially. So I asked them some basic questions. You know, they were able to answer me as far as how much they make per month on average. But then I said, like, what are your expenses? Like how much do you spend also, right? And this was just this is just like a typical consumer. I think he had business aspirations as well, but he wasn't able to give me the answer for how much he's actually spending. So I want to go back to the basics. Hold on. Let me put on my glasses. We're gonna be studious today. We're gonna be studious today. Y'all gonna put some respect on my name. But if you don't know about me, I used to help people with budgeting back in like 2018. Yeah, 2018. I paid off my student loans within 1 year of graduating from college. I was debt free at 23, back in the day when I was a young kid or whatever. So I say that to say I know about managing money, budgeting, things like that, paid off car notes, stuff like that, right? So I want y'all to take everything I'm going to say in this video, apply it to your situation, because I know we talk about credit, consumer laws, and things like that. And we might get some new people watching this just because they're looking for budgeting, maybe some people that aren't subscribed. But yeah, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you get value from what I'm saying, like, comment, share. But I want to just go back to the basics because we talk about credit repair as far as, repairing these items. But sometimes we just have to talk about the basics as far as your budget. Because if you're a business owner, if you just a regular consumer, you got to know your numbers or else you're not going to keep your money. Because it's one thing for us to be keeping our money, but it's a different thing. I mean, it's one thing for us to make money, it's a different thing to actually keep the money. Because if you make $20,000 a month, right? Just for example, let's say you make $20,000 a month, but your expenses are $15,000, and you maybe you don't even know it's up to $15,000 because you're not keeping track. You only got $5,000 at the end of the month. If you make $10,000, but your expenses are only like $3,000, you make more money than you keep more money than the person that makes a 20,000 because they got too many expenses. So we got to be able to assess our situation. And I think this video is going to be helpful for some of y'all because some of y'all are just make money, make money, make money as far as your focus, which is good. We want to make money, but we also have to keep money. Part of keeping money too, or part of making money, if you need to earn more money, is investing. So we're gonna see how I used to budget. I budget a little bit differently now that I have, my business as my primary source of income versus having the 9 to 5 and stuff like that. But because with credit repair, you have stuff like software you gotta consider. I got payroll that I gotta consider, marketing expenses, things like that. So I want to give y'all just a basic example and then you could apply it to your own situation. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Y'all, when people be saying without further ado, like what's an ado? I be thinking about that. Like y'all ever think about that? Like what's an ado? Well, you could probably Google it, but just something random I thought about. So keeping your money, that's what we're going to talk about. Let me just highlight that real quick. So we're talking about keeping your money. So I just created a simple budget right here. This is how I used to budget January up until, December per usual. And then you see down here, we have the columns. I just made it for January. We're going to look at that later. But this is a high level view. So rent, utilities, I just include water, sewage, garbage. Let's just say, for example, you at 2,000 a month. Okay, bet. That's what's up. Electric bill, let's say you at 100. Cool. Internet, 75. Your car payment, $500. Let's just say that, for example. High car payment if your credit is good. But yeah, let's say you have credit card debt, $400 a month that you're paying. Car insurance, a couple $100s. Gym membership, 40. So you kind of see how all these expenses come into play. And a lot of times we don't necessarily think about all these expenses that we got. We just think like, okay, I make, let's say I make 5,000 a month. I make 10,000 a month, whatever. You're like, okay, I'm getting that paycheck. That's cool. But you got to consider, what are you spending it on? How are you investing it? Because you can earn money, you can invest money, you can keep your money, right? So it's different things you gotta understand when it comes to that. Gas, let's say a couple $100, groceries 500, eating out 250. Some of y'all may be like, why is eating out such a small portion? Some of y'all learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? So go get you some groceries, make the food that you would need from eating out. So, like I said, this is an example. Obviously, we're gonna make some changes based off of your own situation. So we're looking at this as an example, and we're gonna look at some stuff that we can use to actually cut it out. So let's say you invest in yourself, right? This goes back to the investing. $2,000 a month you give yourself, whether it's courses, ebooks, etc. Flights, $1,000. Self-care, I'm big on that. $300. Give, I'm big on giving money to certain things, causes. So $500. Let's say you get a haircut, $100 for the month or something, maybe bi-weekly, $50. Additional miscellaneous, 300. So that brings us to a total of $8,465. Let's say we average, our anticipated average is like $8,000 a month, but we want it to be lower. Let's play around. Okay, so hold on. We earn $10,000 per month, right? Net income is 1535. So you make 10 bands a month. You thinking everything's all good, right? If you make 10 bands a month, on average, that's a six-figure salary. So that's gonna be 120,000. Let's say you just work a 9 to 5. 120,000, just conservative. Let's say out of that 120, you keep 75,000. So Uh, so let's say you keep like 70,000, 75,000. So basically, based off of what we're looking at right now, you're only keeping 1,500 each month. So if you're keeping that 75,000, why do you only have 1,500 per month? Like you don't have money. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna play around with some of the numbers to see if we can get a bigger amount. So let's just put 1,500 over here, like roughly 1,500. So I'm gonna play around with the numbers. We're gonna see how we can change it. So let's say, okay, electric bill. I'm not gonna play around with that. Internet, that's gonna stay. Car payment is gonna stay. Credit card debt is gonna stay. Car insurance gonna stay. Gym membership, dang. Gas, let's say you got a good month where you're not driving miscellaneously. Let's bring that down to 150. Groceries. So this is something you could control. So 500, that's basically 125 per week, right? So if we're able to bring that down, what's a reasonable? You can make groceries. You can get away with we could get away with 75 per week, right? What is that? Is that 300? I want to say that's 300, right? 75 per week. So so let's just say that, and then we save that amount of money eating out. You don't got to eat out, but if you choose to eat out, you choose to eat out. So 250. Let's change that. Let's say we cut it in half, right? Because sometimes you just got to make sacrifices. Okay, we cut that in half. Flights. So let's say each flight is about $500. We're not even considering hotel and all that. So, you know, trips are expensive. So if you know you got to lock in and keep more of your money, you can skip a trip. All right. If it's not related to business, you could skip a trip. So let's just cut that in half. Let's say we take one less trip. Self-care, I'm gonna leave that just because you can do your self-care. Giving, continue to give. Let's say we locked in, right? Barber. Go just get one haircut a month. Do what you gotta do, right? If you locked in, do what you need to do, right? So let's put that at $50. Let's go back to rent, right? So over time you could downsize. So let's just say for rent, I don't even want to touch rent. Let's just leave it at that, right? Because you can always earn more money. So look, you see the difference. We went from 1,500 now to 2,500. So we save an extra $1,000. So I want y'all to really write these things down if you don't already. They got so many apps out right now as far as budgeting. So it's no excuse for you not to be able to budget, right? So write all these things down and really know your numbers, especially if you're a business owner. If you're just a regular consumer, you don't got no business, you still should be budgeting and knowing what your numbers are looking like, because there's no excuse for you to be making 10 bands a month and then you got nothing to show for it. you making over $100,000 for the year, and then let's say you keep like 75,000 of that. Why do you only have like less than $2,000 per month? That's less than $20,000 basically, right? So just really keep in mind, you can do what you need to do. When we talk about earning more income, this is why I tell y'all not only to invest in yourself, because this is why I didn't reduce the $2,000 invest in yourself category, because of the simple fact that investing in yourself is really what's gonna help you make more money, right? And it's gonna save you more money, because if you invest in a course, maybe you save time, maybe you save money from something that you would have done by spending the money uselessly, right? You learn something. So this is why I say things like, with earning money, as far as like a credit repair business, that's going to help you earn more money. Obviously, you got to take into consideration stuff like your software costs and your CRMs and things like that. But to me, in my opinion, if you do it the correct way, the ROI is going to be way more beneficial versus just like, what if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't work out? That's those are 9 to 5 questions. That's a 9 to 5 mindset. Those are things that people that have a 9 to 5 mindset tend to ask. If you want to be rich, if you want to, live the life that you want to live and not worry about expenses, you're going to have to take some risks, right? Taking risks involves investing in yourself, understanding your money, earning more money. Don't marginalize yourself to just one stream of income, just your job or whatever, right? And this is a $10,000 a month earnings that I spoke about. A lot of people don't even make that at their 9 to 5, right? So don't limit yourself. It's a lot of things you could do to make more money. Watching this channel, implementing what I'm saying is one of those things, right? Let's say too, let's even speak about the rent. Let's say you're a basic consumer, right? You watch my YouTube channel, you don't even take it seriously. It's just like a side hustle as far as fixing people's credit. Let's say you charge people $500. If you get 2 clients a month, that's $1,000. Let's reduce this $2,000 rent to $1,000. So now we got $3,500 every month, right? So instead of that too, let's say we get 2 more clients. So we got 4 clients a month at $500. Now we're not paying for rent. We're keeping almost half of our monthly earnings. This is why I let y'all know, like, having a high income skill is so important. If you're new to my channel, I got over 1,000 videos teaching you how to fix, repair credit. I got a mentorship program teaching people how to fix, repair credit, how to make money in the credit repair industry, how to scale past the 5 to 10K a month mark. If you're not making money like that in your credit repair business or in general, you need to go get your credit card and figure out how to get in this mentorship ASAP. Go get a loan, whatever you need, right? It's up to you as far as, how you get to the next level. You taking action is not going, you taking action or your lack of taking action is not going to affect me personally. I'm just here to give y'all the game and help y'all move forward. If y'all do something with the information, I'm happy. But if you don't, it doesn't affect me, right? I don't know y'all. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to really understand, like, I'm coming on here, I'm speaking to that 1% person that's going to take action on what I'm saying and make sure that they have a better life. But yeah, if you haven't been budgeting, sometimes it might just take the simple fact of writing everything down. Go pull your bank statements. There's so many automated ways to do it now as far as these different apps, so you can definitely get involved in those. And I didn't even go over this part. So just January as an example, you split up the different categories. So we had the high level over here, just a high level overview. And then you get into the specifics over here. So let's say January 1st, you go to Winkos. You spend $24.18, right? So that's part of your monthly for groceries. And we set an example, we reduced our groceries to $300, right? So one thing too that can make your budgeting a little bit easier is, like, let's say you want to say, okay, I only can spend $300 this month as far as groceries or eating out. At the beginning of the month, take that amount out in cash, right? You could take that amount out in cash. And I mean, I like putting things on a credit card just because, reward points and stuff like that. But you could take it out in cash. And then what'll happen is you have it physically. So you know when it runs out, right? So y'all keep that in mind. So the eating out. So same thing, right? invest in yourself. Let's say you invest in a $1,000 course. It gives you a good ROI. You can add a flight, self-care, give, etc. So just wanted to drop this budgeting video for y'all because, like I said, I had a conversation with a client and they basically didn't know their numbers. So I encourage y'all to know y'all numbers and then play around with your numbers. You see in the course of the video, we went from only having $1,500 a month off of a $10,000 a month income to having damn near half of it, damn near $4,500 per month, just because we made some small adjustments like cutting out certain expenses, but more importantly, earning more income. That's how we got to putting rent at $0 because we tapped into all the consumer law that I put on this channel. We tapped into understanding how to remove negative items from people's credit. Having a high income skill is going to help you reduce your expenses. Having a high income skill is going to help you reduce expenses. It doesn't just have to be your 9 to 5. If you're working in a business, double down in that business, get you a side hustle. No matter what business you're in right now, credit repair is like free money. I'm letting y'all know. As long as you follow what we say. I literally got a mentorship program walking y'all through how to, go ahead and maximize your funds over there. Remember, at the end of the day, your lack of investment, your lack of taking action, it's not going to affect me. It's only going to affect you and your family. If you like what you heard today, you like what you witnessed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody. Make sure you go work on that budget. I hope I can help your financial future. For those of y'all that have been following me for like years, if you've possibly been following me for years, you got a little bit taste of like the 2018 version of me where I was talking about budgeting, financial coaching, all that kind of stuff. So just wanted to drop this video. Hopefully it helps. That being said, y'all have a blessed one.